with the new method here. The name of the method is remainder theorem method. Before we go for the polynomials, let us recall for the numbers that what is the remainder. Suppose a number is there 15. If I divide 15 with 6, so we know that when I divide 15 with 6, 6 2s are 12 and 3, that is the remainder. So we can say that 15 is a dividend, 6 is a divisor, 2 which is called quotient, and 3 is called remainder. So we used to write in this way: dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So for this number we can write 15 is equals to, what is the divisor? 6, quotient is 2 and 3 is remainder. We can do the bracket also. Now let's divide 12 by 6. So what we obtain when I divide 12 with 6, 6 2s are 12, so we got 0 as a remainder. So here we can say that 6 is a factor of 12. When I divide 12 with 6, so I'll get 0 as a remainder. When we obtain 0 remainder, we can say that this divisor is considered as a factor of the dividend, or dividend is considered as multiple of the divisor. This is, we all know. What about this numbers? But let us understand this for the polynomials. For the polynomials, let's take one example, which a type of division we have already discussed into the 8th standard. So let us see what is that. Let us, a number is there. Number is there, suppose it is 2x cubed plus x squared plus x. When we divide this polynomial with a monomial x, so let's see what the answer would come. So we used to do this, that 2x cubed divide with x plus x squared will divide x and x divide with x. As it is a monomial, so we can write. So our answer is 2x squared plus x plus 1. So you can say that x, when divide all the terms with x, will get 0 as a remainder. So x is one of the factor of this. So this can also be written in this way: 2x cubed plus x squared plus x can also be written in this way: 2x squared plus x plus 1. What is this? It is a quotient. Sorry. So what should be written here? It is x and 2x squared plus x plus 1, and we can say that 0 is the remainder. If I take one more example, suppose in the same type of question, suppose I have taken this example, and when I divide this with x, so we can see that this all the terms, when 3x squared divide with x, x divide with x and 1 divide with x, this both the terms are divisible with x. Here it remains well, but this number is not divisible. So how it should be written in this manner? See this. Remember this one we are talking. So this can be written 3x plus 1. Now what it is? We can see that we divide this term by x, and what remains as a remainder? 1, because it is outside. This both the terms are divisible by x. That is why x is common from both the terms I have taken out. Look at here. And as it is not divisible by x, so that could be considered as a remainder. So this is the way that we can write for the polynomial. Let us do another sums. Let us discuss the long division method. It is a polynomial. It's a quadratic polynomial. X plus 3x square minus 1. That is the polynomial we used to call dividend polynomial. And we have to divide, or this is called the divisor polynomial, 1 plus x. Since we have to divide this polynomial by this polynomial. If you recall the previous question, in that the divisor polynomial has only one term, which was monomial. Here there are two terms. So let's learn that how we can divide a quadratic polynomial by the linear polynomial. Fine, binomial terms, by the method called long division method. So the first thing you have to remember, the dividend polynomial, it should be arranged in the correct order. Now the order should be, the term should be written first which has the highest power, 3x square. Then the second term plus x. And so how I arrange the terms? The term which has the highest power should remain first, then it should be arranged in the descending order of the power of the variable. Remember, when you are arranging the terms, the sign of the term as 3x square is plus, that is why it remains plus. If it was minus, here I supposed to write down minus. That we'll see the few more examples later. But when you are arranging the terms, which sign you have to carry? The sign of the term. जो term के आगे लिखी है वो sign को हम लिखेंगे. That sign should be considered of the sign of the term. मतलब हम consider करेंगे x positive है, 3x square भी positive है, मगर 1 negative है. Now this we have to divide with 1 plus x. This can also be written in the order. So x come first, then plus 1. Okay. So this is the first step. Now there are three important things you should remember while you are doing the long division method. First, what should be the quotient will come. Quotient ढूंढना सबसे important है, वो सबसे easy भी है. How will obtain the quotient here? So let's get the quotient. I'm writing first here since first quotient. So the first quotient, how will obtain? So the first term of the dividend should divide with the first term of the divisor. I repeat what I have written. डिविडेंड का पहला टर्म डिवाइजर के पहले टर्म से डिवाइड करना ऑलवेज. व्हाई? टू ऑब्टेन द क्वोशिएंट. वी नो हाउ टू डिवाइड दिस. 3x स्क्वायर को x से डिवाइड करेंगे, सो विल गेट 3x. दिस टर्म इज द फर्स्ट टर्म ऑफ क्वोशिएंट. ये सबसे पहला और इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप था. द फर्स्ट स्टेप दैट वी हैव टू अरेंज द टर्म्स. नाउ इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट to obtain the quotient. As we obtain the quotient 3x, now it is very important the next step. जो भी हमारा quotient आया, that quotient now multiplied with both the terms of the divisor. ये quotient को divisor के दोनों terms से multiply करना है. So 3x multiply with x, 3x multiply with x, so it comes 3x square. And 3x multiply with 1, so plus 3x. Fine. Let's see how this value comes. ये step कैसे आया समझ लो. This is also an important part. To obtain this, the quotient term multiplied with both the term of the divisor, whether it is 2 terms, 3 terms, divisor के जितने भी term हो उनसे quotient के term को multiply करना है. Now what next? As we used to do in the division, हम इन दोनों को subtract करेंगे. When we are doing the subtract, we have to change the sign of this term. ये दोनों term के sign हम change करेंगे. As it was 3x square positive, मैंने negative कर दिया. As 3x positive, मैंने negative कर दिया. अगर negative होता तो मैं positive कर देता. It will come. I'll explain. Now you observe this. Both the terms are always like an additive inverse term. ये दोनों टर्म्स हमेशा एक दूसरे के एडिटिव इनवर्स होंगे. ये प्लस 3x स्क्वायर है, ये माइनस 3x स्क्वायर है. सो दिस विल बी कैंसिल्ड. नाउ फॉर दिस टू आर ऑल्सो लाइक टर्म्स. ये प्लस है, ये माइनस है. वी हैव टू कंसीडर दिस साइन बिलो साइन. प्लस माइनस माइनस 3 minus 1 2. द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ x इज 1. कैसे करेंगे? माइनस 3x प्लस 1. हमने डिस्कस किया था ये कैसे करना. इट्स माइनस 2x. नाउ वी हैव टू कैरी माइनस 1. आई होप यू गॉट इट. नाउ व्हाट? स्टिल विल गो. as the dividend term, the first term of the dividend, and look at the first term of the divisor. कहाँ तक हम डिवाइड करेंगे? जब तक ये पावर, the power of the dividend when it comes smaller than the power of the divisor, मगर यहाँ पे इक्वल है तो still will obtain the quotient. How to obtain the second term of the quotient? The method would be the same. Now this is our dividend term. So the first term of the dividend minus 2x, first term of the divisor that is x. इन दोनों को हम कट करेंगे. So what we obtain? We obtain minus 2. See, the sign is very important. It comes minus 2. Now forget this 3x right now. अब हमें ध्यान में रखना है ये term, second term, that is minus 2. This minus 2 again multiply with both the term of the divisor as we have done here. So when we are multiplying with the minus, we know that sign has to be changed. 2 into x, 2x plus minus minus. 2 into 1, 2s are 2 1s are 2 plus minus minus. Now we have to change the sign. ये minus वाला term plus, ये minus वाला term plus. We can see that first term is always cancel. वो हमेशा cancel हो जाएगा. This plus minus minus 2 minus 1 is 1. Sign of the bigger term. So we can say this is the quotient polynomial and this is considered as remainder, or we can say the remainder polynomial. Let's see one more example. Look at in this question. The dividend polynomial is 3x4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 4, and the divisor polynomial is x minus 1. So as we discussed earlier that when we use the long division method, divide a polynomial with the polynomial, we should arrange the polynomials in the descending order of the power. If you observe that the power 4 is there, 3 is there, 2 power is missing, then 1 power in the constant. So what I have done here, you can see that I have written all the terms, but one term I have added, which is 0x square. The term with the power 2 I have added, which is not required. If you don't add this, it will be fine. When I add a 0x square, that means I am adding 0. When you add 0 to a certain value, that value does not change. That is why I added 0x square. अगर आप 0x square add नहीं करोगे तो चलेगा. Fine. But when we add 0x square, the sum is quite easy. Then the divisor polynomial is x minus 1. Let's obtain the quotient polynomial. As I discussed, there are 3 things which are the most important. 3 things. The first, to obtain the quotient. Now we discuss how we'll obtain the quotient. The quotient is obtained by dividing the first term of the dividend with the first term of the divisor. So when we divide 3x4 with x, we know that one of the power is cancelled. We got 3x cubed. So now this value is my first quotient, 3x cubed. Now this 3x cube, which is the quotient, is multiplied with both the term of the divisor, as there are 2 terms. So 3x cube into x, so it must be 3x4. As we discussed earlier, this both the term must be equal with the sign. Then 3x cube multiplied with minus 1, the sign has to be changed, 3x cube. Let us change the sign. As it was plus become minus, as it was minus become plus. The sign, the term has been cancelled. Now this both are the like terms. It's minus, it's plus. Plus minus minus. 4 minus 3 1. Sign of the bigger term. So it is minus x cube. And let us carry 0x square. Now this consider as your dividend term. So to obtain the second term of the dividend, let us divide this first term of the dividend. Now it is minus x cube with the first term of the divisor, which remains same. So that value comes minus x square. You can see the sign is very important. So it is minus x square. Now this term, we should hide this. Now this term minus x square is multiplied with both the term of the divisor. When you are multiplying with the negative term, we know that sign has to be changed. So x square into x, it would be x cube. Minus minus plus, so it would be plus x square. Again the sign has to be changed. This would be cancelled always. As it is 0, 0 does not have any value. So we don't consider this term in the addition subtraction. So this is the answer, which is minus x square. Carry minus 3x. Now this is the another dividend term. Let's get the third term of the dividend. Again, the first term of the dividend should divide with the first term of the divisor. Dividend, divisor. So it comes minus x again. So it's minus x. Now if you constantly observe the quotient polynomial, you can see that the power are coming in the descending order. It is always and continuously like this. Always. You will never obtain the like terms in the quotient. मतलब x cube वाला term एक बार आ गया. You never obtain any x cube term again. X square obtain, you never obtain x square term again. मतलब x cube we have only one term, x square one term, x only one term. We never obtain the like terms into the quotient. Let's come back to the quotient. Now this quotient minus x again multiply with both the terms. Minus x into x minus x square. Minus x minus 1 multiply minus minus plus. Again the sign has to be changed. Cancel. Minus minus plus 3 and 1 4, sign of the bigger term minus 4x. Let us carry minus 1 now. Now again we have to obtain the fourth quotient term. The first term of the quotient is minus 4x and the first term of the divisor, the first term of the dividend, is minus 4x and first term of the divisor is x cancel, so it comes minus 4. Now look at here, we obtain the constant. Now further won't be possible. 4 multiply with both the numbers, 4 ones are 4 and minus minus plus 4. We'll change the sign, minus become plus, plus become minus. As it is changed, cancel. Minus 4 minus 1. Let me write down the answer here, I'm sorry. Minus 4 minus 1, the answer is minus 5. So this is the remainder polynomial. This is the quotient polynomial. As it is not 0, we cannot say that the quotient is, the divisor polynomial is a factor of dividend polynomial because the remainder is minus 5. Thank you. Look at this question. It has written that find the remainder when this polynomial is divided by x minus 1. So if you observe that this questions, that is the dividend polynomial and the quotient polynomial, are the same that which we have done the previous one. So we have already seen that our remainder is minus 5. So you can get the answer by long division method also. But let's see the simplest way to obtain the remainder. When in the question it is asked you to find the remainder by dividing the polynomial, dividend polynomial by a linear polynomial. You should remember here it should be the linear polynomial. You won't get the quadratic polynomial this year, but it would be there in the next year. But remember, whenever it is the linear polynomial, to obtain the remainder is quite easy. So the remainder polynomial is x minus 1. So what we will do first we will get the zeros of this divisor polynomial. So how to get the zeros, that we'll discuss. If we consider g of x as 0, so x minus 1 as 0, so the value of x is 1. Now this value of x, now I will substitute in the polynomial, the dividend polynomial. To obtain the remainder, let us substitute the value of x which we obtain here. But that is the zeros of the linear polynomial, which is the divisor. Divisor polynomial का जो zeros आया, that value of x we will substitute in the dividend polynomial. So that is 3 1 raised to 4 minus 4 1 raised to 3 minus 3 into 1 minus 1. So we know the 1 power any number is always 1. First we supposed to simplify the power. 4 into 1 minus 3 minus 1. So 3 ones are 3 minus 4 minus 3 minus 1. We can cut this. Minus 4 minus 1. What is the answer? It's minus 5. Recall the previous question. The remainder is also the same, and that is minus 5. Let's see another question. In this question we have to find the remainder when the polynomial x cube plus 1 is divided by the linear polynomial x plus 1. See, we have to find out the remainder. So as we discussed in the previous example, when you have to find out the remainder, just find out the zeros of the linear polynomial, which is the divisor, then substitute that value of x into the dividend polynomial to obtain the remainder. So let us do the same thing. So the divisor polynomial we consider as 0. So x plus 1 as 0. So the value of x is minus 1. This value of x now will substitute in the dividend polynomial. The dividend polynomial, that is x cube plus 1. So instead of x I have written minus 1. We know the cube of 1 is 1, but as it is minus 1, the answer is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1, 0. So as we obtain 0 as a remainder, we can consider x plus 1 is a factor of x cube plus 1. X plus 1 is a factor of x cube plus 1. You can verify the answer by doing the long division method also.